Amid a crackdown on corruption in Indonesia, the Deputy Minister for Immigration Affairs has been arrested over alleged irregularities in the administration of immigration documents. Budi Prasetyo, spokesperson for the anti-corruption agency KPK, confirmed Silmi Karim's arrest to the Reuters news agency on Thursday.
Israel and Lebanon have agreed to implement a ceasefire, but say it would require a complete cessation of fire by Hezbollah, according to a joint statement after US-led talks in Washington, D.C. The two countries, which do not have formal diplomatic relations, also agreed on Wednesday to create pilot zones in which the Lebanese controlling forces will take exclusive arm of the territory to the exclusion of all non-state actors.
Pakistan Meteorological Department, PMD, has forecast below normal rainfall and above normal temperatures across most parts of the country during the June-August 2026 season, raising concerns about agriculture, water demand and heatwave conditions. In its latest seasonal outlook, the PMD said the Indian Ocean Dipole remains in a neutral phase but is expected to shift to a positive phase by July, while the El Niño Southern Oscillation, ENSO, has entered an El Niño phase and is likely to strengthen further during the season.
Punjab Chief Minister Mariam Nawaz has directed authorities to provide 20 zero-zero green tractors to farmers during the next fiscal year as part of the provincial government's efforts to modernise agriculture and boost productivity. Under the initiative, farmers will receive a subsidy of Rs 750 salins, zeroed-on tractors ranging from 50 to 65 horsepower. The Chief Minister said the programme aims to support farmers in adopting modern agricultural practices while reducing production costs.
Twitter, ex-owner and Tesla CEO Elon Musk has applauded the Lahore High Court LHC ruling in the 2020 motorway gang rape case, praising the death sentences of the two convicted men. The response came after British politician Rupert Lowe posted about the verdict on X and described it as some good news to come out of Pakistan. Bravo, Pakistan. Musk replied to the writing, "This is what we should be doing in the West." Traffic police in Murray have formed special squads to crack down on transporters charging excessive fares from tourists and other passengers during the busy travel season. Chief Traffic Officer Satio Murray Munasir Ahmed Hashmi visited transport hubs and the Patriata Bazaar area, where he reviewed traffic arrangements, parking management and passenger facilities. During the visit, he directed officials to take strict action against overcharging and illegal parking.
Ormsford has announced the Balance 3, a new smartwatch priced at $369.99. The stainless steel model is available for pre-order in the US, with shipping expected to begin in mid-June. A lighter titanium version is also expected later. The Ormsford Balance 3 has a 51.4mm case and measures 14.6mm, weighs 62 grams, while the upcoming titanium model weighs 55 grams. For over 2 decades, Pakistan has been locked in a war, not of its choosing, but one that it cannot escape. Long after the withdrawal of Western forces from Afghanistan in August 2021, Pakistan continues to absorb the strategic shockwaves of a conflict whose center of gravity may have shifted, but not disappeared. The return of the Taliban to power in Kabul has transformed the security landscape of South and Central Asia, with Pakistan bearing the most immediate and severe consequences. The Geography of Memory at Canvas Gallery brings together 4 Pakistani artists who live abroad: Norma Jamal, Mustafa Mohsin, Usaid Agha and Ruby Chishti. Their practices engage memory as something porous, shifting and deeply embodied. The exhibition unfolds as a layered meditation on identity, displacement and the emotional residues of lived experience. Each artist approaches memory through a distinct visual language, yet, together, they construct a nuanced cartography of the personal and the collective.
Russia's air attacks have grown in sheer volume in recent months, hammering Ukraine with more drones and high-speed missiles than ever before, as Moscow's forces struggle to make meaningful progress on the ground. The massive strikes are designed to overwhelm Ukrainian air defences, with huge waves of cheap drones, then fast-moving ballistic missiles, then cruise missiles coming in carefully planned succession to inflict maximum damage. Experts say that overwhelm approach allows more missiles to make it through.
Fans at the 2026 World Cup will not be allowed to carry reusable water bottles into venues due to safety concerns, FIFA says after a last-minute change to its stadium code of conduct. As recently as last month, FIFA had permitted empty, transparent, reusable plastic bottles up to 1 litre, 1 quart inside stadiums. But it said on Thursday that the updated code, which came into effect from Tuesday, prohibits them.
New Delhi, India. Nandini Singh had been waiting for weeks for her high school examination results, her scores in different subjects being the pathway to the colleges of her choice. She was surprised and disappointed when she saw that her chemistry score was much lower than she had expected. Singh was torn over whether to seek a review of her answer scripts or accept the results, and the window to apply for a review lapsed.
East Africa is currently in the throes of a rapidly spreading Ebola epidemic, with governments scrambling to contain the virus and hundreds of people confirmed with the infection. The outbreak of the viral hemorrhagic fever, which has been triggered by a rare and deadly strain of Ebola, was first declared by the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on May 15 in the conflict-racked Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC. The disease has since spread to neighboring Uganda, which shares border communities with eastern DRC.
Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said talks with the United States have made no progress, but channels of communication remain open after tensions escalated between Washington and Tehran. Araghchi also defended Iran's attacks on US allies in the Gulf as self-defense, warning that further sanctions or military action would not force Tehran to change course.
A petition has been filed in the Islamabad High Court, IHC,
challenging the Metropolitan Corporation Islamabad's MCI authority to collect a 100 fee from motorists using the service road in the New Blue area. The petition was filed by advocate Mohammed Tayyib through lawyers Zohaib Gondal, Hazrat Yuniz and Mohammed Syed Dar.
The Home Secretary, Chief Commissioner and MCI Administrator have been named as respondents.
Former Punjab Education Minister Murad Ras has sparked backlash after calling Lahore a HD bag in a post on X. Days after praising the city for being peaceful during the Eid holidays, Ras had earlier posted on May 31 that Lahore felt calmer during Eid, especially because of lighter traffic, and claimed that outsiders were responsible for ruining the city.
Asus has expanded its business laptop lineup at Computex 2026 with the ExpertBook B5 Flip G2 B546 FMA, a 14-inch convertible Windows laptop designed for professionals, educators and students who need a flexible work and learning device. Here are the details.
The Pakistan Medical and Dental Council, PMDC, has revised the schedule for the National Registration Examination, NRE Step 2, replacing dates announced in an earlier public notice issued on May 21. According to a notification issued on June 2nd, the examination will now be conducted on July 4-5 and July 11-12, 2026.
The government of Punjab has announced it will be easing austerity-related timing restrictions on cinemas, and Fahad Mustafa is really happy to hear it. The actor posted a copy of the notification issued by the provincial government to his Instagram account, thanking Chief Minister Mariam Nawaz for giving his fans the opportunity to watch his film Zombied in theatres.
Information Minister Ataullah Tarar on Thursday assured the Christian community of the government's commitment towards the protection of the rights of religious minorities, state broadcaster PTV reported. The Information Minister, along with Law Minister Azam Nazir Tarar, met a delegation of the Christian community, during which they discussed the state of minority rights and the welfare and well-being of the Christian community.
Under the shade of recently planted poplars in Afghanistan, village leader Ghulam Ali Poya is proud to see residents rediscover the value of trees after years of wartime deforestation. There were forests of pistachio trees, he told AFP, gesturing to the bare mountains that surround Shahbag's mud homes.
Dry weather is disrupting crop planting across Asia, raising concerns about food supplies in the world's most populous region, and an expected severe El Niño weather pattern could inflict more damage from India's grain-producing northwestern plains to Australia's eastern wheat belt, and from Thailand's rice field to Indonesia's vast palm oil plantations, crops and farmers to reduce planting, crops and forcing farmers to reduce planting, farmers, analysts and traders said.
Attendees of the World Cup will not be allowed to carry reusable water bottles into venues due to safety concerns, FIFA said on Thursday, following a last-minute change to its stadium code of conduct. The governing body, which had earlier permitted empty, transparent, reusable plastic bottles inside stadiums, said the updated code, effective from Tuesday, now prohibits them.
Kim Jong-un inspected a new plant that makes weapons-grade nuclear material on Wednesday and said Pyongyang plans to beef up our state's nuclear forces at an exponential rate, according to a report from state-run media. The North Korean leader said that his country has more than doubled its capacity to produce weapons-grade nuclear material in the past 5 years, and that the new plant will help strengthen its nuclear war deterrent, according to the report from the Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, according on.
The government has shared a new electricity pricing plan with the International Monetary Fund, IMF, that would substantially increase fixed charges for industrial consumers using less than their sanctioned load, particularly those shifting to solar and other off-grid power sources. The proposal, officially termed the two-part industrial tariff policy, aims to recover fixed costs and capacity payments from industrial consumers as more users migrate away from the national grid due to high electricity prices and weak economic growth.
Israel and Lebanon agreed on Wednesday to implement a ceasefire, but said it would require a complete cessation of fire by Hezbollah. According to a joint statement after US-led talks in Washington, the two sides, which do not have formal diplomatic relations, also agreed to create pilot zones in which the Lebanese control of the territory to the exclusion of all non-state actors.
Delhi Gymkhana Club was born in 1913, raised for British officers and the colonial set, and was later inherited by bureaucrats, politicians, and the comfortably connected. None of that pedigree could save it, however, from the law. Last week, India told it to vacate the land by June 5th. The government read a single clause from the club's own lease, named a public purpose, and issued the notice. The land returns to the state, as do the buildings on it. The club says it will fight the decision in court, and it may. But the order is out and the clock has started. In Pakistan, the Lahore Gymkhana was born in the same year, is grander than Delhi's, and also sits on land worth a king's ransom. But no notice to vacate has been issued.
Benchmark Capital, the storied Silicon Valley VC firm known for early investments in eBay, Snap, Uber and Twitter, is breaking with one of its signature traditions, keeping its funds to about $425 million and backing only young startups. After more than 2 decades of restricting its vehicles to that amount or lower, the outfit has closed on commitments of $2 billion across 2 new funds, including a $1.25 billion vehicle dedicated to later stage investment, according to the Wall Street Journal. While the fund sizes of many venture capital firms have ballooned into billions of dollars over the last decade, Benchmark stuck to the strategy that helped make it legendary. By being staunchly selective and taking a large, typically 20% stake in every startup the firm backed, it maintained a model designed to maximize outsized returns for its limited partners.
They all look the same, and for good reason. Every budget over the past 10 years and more is pretty much the same, with minor differences, usually in the gimmickry being advanced in the name of a revenue plan. And it will be no different this time round. When the budget for FY27 is announced, there is a simple reason for this. A little more than a decade and a half ago, Pakistan finally abandoned its last attempt to try and get serious tax reform through. Since then, successive governments have been rolling out various gimmicks, from amnesty schemes to point-of-sale machines, to do something that cannot be done with gimmicks. They are trying to document the growing services sector of the economy with these gimmicks, which is like trying to measure the ocean with a teacup.
The government has postponed the announcement of the FY27 budget without offering any explanation for the decision. In the absence of an official announcement, speculation has been rife in the media about the reasons behind the delay. The most plausible explanation appears to be unresolved issues with the IMF, particularly with regard to fiscal space for relief and the transfer of some provincial resources to support federal spending. According to unnamed officials quoted in media reports, Pakistan and the IMF have yet to agree on revenue mobilisation steps and the expenditure cuts required under the programme. The government is reportedly seeking room for tax relief, higher development spending and increased defence allocations, while the IMF wants continued fiscal discipline to secure a primary surplus equivalent to 2% of GDP in the next fiscal year.